Hey, beautiful people, it's your girl T, and I'm back, y'all. Yes, I am so excited to be back. So I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers who are existing, and I'm so sorry it's taking me so long to do fun stuff like color and chats. But I'll go into that a little bit. And I want to say thank you to my new subscribers for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that. You just don't know how much that means. It doesn't cost you a thing to subscribe. Just showing love and support is amazing in itself. And I thank you for that. And you guys, if you're new, you're just stopping by, thank you for stopping by to T's World of Adult Coloring. My name is T, and I love coloring. I love crafty stuff. I love hobbies. I love it all. So today, y'all, I am doing a color and chat. It has been a million years, exaggerating, since I've done a color and chat, and I'm on vacation this week, and I decided, you know what, T? Give them some time, let's do a color and chat. So I decided to do a color and chat in this new Teresa Goodridge coloring book called Cozy Corners, just released by Creative Haven. Teresa Goodridge is one of my faves for Creative Haven. I think I have almost all of her coloring books, except for cat ones. We'll go into that too. For the most part, y'all. But anyways, before I get started with the color and chat, I want to go ahead and flip this book because it is new, and I want to do a flip through of it with you guys. So let's go ahead and do that. It's gonna be a chatty one, and then we'll go into some coloring in this book. So yeah, so Cozy Corners, Teresa Goodridge, one of the best illustrators for Dover Publications. I'm sorry if you don't agree, but it is what it is. Amazing artist. She's very nice too. She's in, my coloring groups, and she's so sweet. She responds to people's, pictures, or makes comments on the pictures people are coloring. And so, yes. This one is right up my alley because it is of interiors and exteriors, and I do love that. If you're new, I did go to school for several years for interior architecture and design. And so things like this make me smile. I just love it. Money ran out for that because art school is very expensive. So I decided to, not do it anymore. But I can do it for my own personal projects or help friends. So I can still do that, right? Just not as a profession, but I am still in school, or I went back to school rather, on my company's dime, and that's the best way to go. So I'm in school, and I'm studying something new this time. So, but this book is so nice. I love all of this. Oh, this is gonna be so fun to color, y'all. If you don't have it, you should get it. And I'm probably being an enabler right now, but these books are not very expensive. So this one's under $8. And a lot of times Creative Haven or Dover Publications will have these books like on sale for like $4 and $5, $3. Just depends on, the book. So if you go onto Amazon and you search Creative Haven or Teresa Goodridge, you'll see that there are some books that are really, really, priced low. And then there's the new ones that, are a little bit more expensive, but that's okay. It's new. But these images in here are just making me smile, you guys. I love them. I love coloring stuff like this. And this is why I'm so drawn to her, because of this. She does a lot of these like sceneries and outdoor, indoor stuff, and I just love it. Trees and flowers, So I'm very, very happy to have this book. I'm not a cat person, so cat books are not the ones I have of hers. I just don't really like cats. If it's all about cats, and more than likely I won't get it. Just depends on if it's cutesy or not. And so, yeah. But this is a beautiful book, and I'm so, so happy to have it. And can't wait to get started coloring in it. I love that. It's so nice. Oh, the swing on the tree. Now these pages are perforated if you don't like that. This is not on Amazon paper. It is on Dover's own paper that they have for their coloring books. So that was Cozy Corners by Teresa Goodridge. And I am doing a buddy color of this page, the very first page, with the lovely ladies in my Facebook group. I believe Richie is joining us. This is Richie. Let's see who else. Richie, Muriel, Barbara. I don't know if Sandra's joining us. And who else? I'm forgetting someone. If I forgot your name, if I forgot to say your name, I'm sorry. It's not on purpose. I just can't remember. But we're coloring this page right here. So I'm going to go ahead and base this page with alcohol markers, and we'll get started. And we're going to get started with that. Oh, I just remembered. The other person is Renita. And so if I forgot anyone, I'm sorry. Not on purpose. I can't remember who all said they were going to do it. Right, y'all, I'm going to forewarn you. You might hear some noises in the background because it is fall break for my son, Christian. And we are home with Onyx, our super adorable doodle. Saint Berdoodle. He's Saint Bernard mixed with standard size poodle. And so they can get rowdy sometimes in the house. So yeah, let's get started here. So what I did was I took a piece of cardstock that got mangled up a little bit in the printer, and I always keep those for this purpose, to put behind my pages so that any bleed through goes on this cardstock and not on the page behind it. So now I'm going to be basing with alcohol markers. The alcohol markers I chose to use this time are the Art Beak 80 pieces. These are the brush tip, I believe, brush tip markers. And I'm using these because I want to. Sometimes I just grab, you guys. There's no real reason. I just grab it. And I have my swatch book here for those markers, so I can see what the colors are before I lay them down. Now, some people just grab and go. I'm not that way. I want to see the colors, and so these are the colors. And as you can see, because I've done this a long time ago, some of their colors do yellowing. I'm not going to be too concerned with that, because I just don't really care. But these are the 80 colors in this set, so you can kind of imagine why I would use them. And I decided to do more of a like fall themed page. So, and I'm not sure what color I'm going to color the dog yet. I don't know if I want to make that onyx or not. We'll see. But here are the colors for Art Beak 80 pieces. And so we're going to go ahead and use this set here to do the coloring. Okay. Now the markers will be a base for me, not a finished picture. I will then go over and do some shading with colored pencils. And I decided I want to shade it with Deli color pencils, although we may not get to any shading on this page, on this video, but I will do, I'll do more than one video until this picture is finished, okay? All right, let's get started. So I'm going to start off with the wood because I just like to get that out of the way. A lot of times when people are coloring, they're like, oh, I really don't know, what to do, what to color, what do I use? for this, what I use for that. Just go with it. That's just going to be my bit of advice. So for the wood, I want to go a little bit lighter because I want to use darker colors for shading. So I'm going to go with yellow ochre for the wood. And this is the marker. So I might zoom in a little bit for you guys so you can see a little bit better. Now, coloring with these markers does not have to be perfect because, you know, if you're basing, you're going to be, you know, adding shading. So, and this is not a brush tip. These are just regular. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So y'all, it has been so long since I did one of these. I don't even know how long it's been. It's just been a long time. And I'm sorry. Life has been lifing. And a lot of times I will just, you know, color off camera. And I wanted to challenge myself to do more on camera than off camera. I think, you know, that will be for this last quarter. If I color, I'm going to go ahead and color on camera as much as I can. With that being said, I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry, y'all. Not that people probably are missing me. But I did get some requests because I asked, is anybody wanting to do a color and chat? And somebody was like, yeah, we love your color and chat. So I decided to go ahead and do it. So I'm here. So I guess, man, where do I start? There's been so much going on. And, you know, with school and life, and I'm a doggy mom now. And so, you guys, I don't know what that is, but it's gonna be wood. I'm a dog mom, and I have a kid who plays basketball, and he is now an AAU basketball kid. So we're talking about tournaments on Saturdays, you name it. That's what we do. You know, I love that he plays basketball. It's something he loves. I mean, he's so into it, you guys, and he's pretty good. He's focused, and I love that for him. Only thing is that these tournaments are all day, y'all. Not that, you know, I don't want to go. It's just that I'm going to have to figure out a way that I can fit in coloring and doing things, you know, for the channel when he's, you know, at his little basketball events and stuff. You guys, I'm kind of pausing here because I don't know what's going on right here. Sometimes that happens. Like, I don't know what this is. I think this is a built-in, maybe. Looks like a built-in. So I'm just going to color that all wood, except for this here. I don't understand this, but I think I'm just going to color this all wood and just leave that as a trim. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Sometimes you just got to make a decision to go with it. But anyways, back to, yeah. So a lot has been going on, and, you know, with school and then a lot of times too, y'all, I just didn't really feel like it. I think a lot of the things that's happening in the world make me feel like, ugh, I just want to color and relax. I don't want to do anything. I don't know if anyone else gets that way. I just do sometimes. So earlier this year, I went to, I had a business trip in February. No, it was February or March, one of the two. And we went to Florida. And we were trying to get home from Florida back to North Carolina. And we were stuck at the Fort Lauderdale airport for hours and hours, guys. I was like, what is going on? And they kind of were like trying to say, oh, it's possibly issue with the airplane that was, coming this way. And so they had to send another plane, all this other stuff. But come to find out, we couldn't fly because I think it was the rocket that was launched by what's his name? I don't even like saying his name. Mr. Tesla was had landed or crashed in the ocean out near the Bahamas, and so they had grounded flights because of debris. And I was like, oh my God. Can you imagine if you were in the air and that was happening? Oh, that is some scary stuff, y'all. So I was like, oh, and everybody's on edge about flying anyways because of, like issues with air traffic control and different things like that. So, people are really afraid to fly. And then you're telling us that there's, debris out there, but anyways, needless to say, we were supposed to be home like at 5. We didn't get home till like 11. It was a very long day at the airport. But yeah, I love going down there, on this business trip. It is an annual thing. And I get to hang out with some really great people in the industry that I work in. And there's just awesome people, awesome people, and always have a blast down there. It's not only work, but we get to have some play. So that's always good. All right, y'all. So we have this wood colored in, and I think I'm going to bring that all the way up to this trim. I kind of want to make this look a little rich. So yeah, I'm going to take it up into the window trim as well. So that was one thing I did early this year. What did we do for Mother's Day? I forget what we did for Mother's Day. I was taken out for Mother's Day. It was really nice. The guys took me out for dinner. And of course I went to church that morning. It was nice. It was a nice service. Just trying to go back a little bit to see what's been going on, you guys. So much has been going on. Well, one highlight is I got to meet my best friend, Lovella, from Lovella's Coloring. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was such a great surprise for her. I had to get with her husband and figure this whole thing out, but it was so fun. It was so fun, and I really enjoyed being able to meet her for the first time, wrapping my arms around her, telling her I love you in person, and just spending some quality time with her. You guys, I don't know what's going on here. This looks like I'm probably messed up, but we're gonna go with it. But yeah, so it was just a great time. And let me tell you, she is a very, very sweet lady. I'm so honored to be friends with her. I'm so honored to be a part of her life and for her to be a part of mine. And I just tell you guys, she is amazing, and she is an awesome colorist. And if you haven't been over to her channel, I would suggest you go there because she is, I always tell her, you're the bomb colorist. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, if you don't take some of this, some of these props and accept that you are a great colorist, I don't know what to do with you. She is an amazing colorist. She's very humble. So, you know, like me, I always say I'm always learning. I'm more sloppy. I'm a sloppy colorist, you guys. I can be, and I like to find a fast way of doing things, and she will take her time, and it's absolute perfection. I'm not that way. That's not the way I color. So if you're looking for that, you're on the wrong channel. I just like go with the flow, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest. Like right here, I'm gonna go straight down like that. Because I know what I'm gonna be doing after I base this. So yeah, so for me, basing takes a lot of work out of, you know, shading. So as long as I'm getting some color on here, I'm happy, right? And then I can go in there and shade. But anyways, so yeah, I spent her birthday with her. It was so nice. We had a great time. And the family is so nice. I love everybody. I love them all. Very hospitable, and I couldn't ask for a better best friend. And it's very sad. I miss her a lot, and cannot wait for them to come and visit. And I think when they come visit, we're gonna go to the beach and rent a beach house kind of thing. So I'm excited about that. But got to do some shopping, coloring, just, you know, having a good old time. It was very, very fun. All right, so I think that is all I'm going to use this color for. I always set aside the colors that I'm using just in case I need it again if I miss something. So now I'm going to go for coloring this, this little couch piece here. You know what? I'm going to color that wood. See? This is going to be wood as well. I'm trying not to turn the page too much, y'all. So hopefully you can see. You don't have to be perfect here. All right, so we're going to set that aside for now. And then I'm going to work on this little padding. And let me see what color I want to use for that, because I want this to be fall colors. So definitely, let's see. I might go with like an orange color and do the pillows in reds and a darker orange. Let's see what we got. See what we got. Okay, I'm gonna use because I'm thinking like I would not let my dog sit on in a light colored. Y'all, this is just me. No dog's gonna sit on something on mine that's light colored. So we're gonna go with, I'm gonna go with lemon yellow for that seat, and do some shading with some lighter oranges. But yeah, so that was really fun, you guys. And then I came home, turned around, and I was home for like less than a week, and then came home, turned around, and went to New Orleans with my husband for our 25th wedding anniversary. So I had two trips back to back. That was a lot, let me tell you. But I enjoyed every last bit of it. So my husband and I went to New Orleans to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. And I had the most amazing time with him there. And we went and did all kinds of stuff. And it was just so fun. I'm going to bring this yellow. You guys can see, you probably can't. I'm going to bring this yellow down here. I had a wonderful time, and I got to taste so many different foods I wanted to taste down there. And I got to go to we got to do a tour, a couple tours. We did a boat tour. I'll pop some pictures in of me and my honey on our boat cruise. We did a dinner cruise on the boat, which was pretty fun. And so I'll pop a couple pictures in there. And what else did we do? We did a little shopping, which is always nice. I was able to find this pen store, you guys, called Pt.1. So I guess it's French for paper and pen. And of course, y'all, I went in there and bought two pens and ink. 2 fountain pens and ink. I have not hauled that yet. I have a huge haul of stuff, you guys. It's ridiculous. And I was like, do I split this up, or do I split this up, or do I just do, like, you know, one big haul? I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. All right, so now I'm going to bring some of this yellow into this. You guys, sometimes I do that. I will take a color and just pop it in where I want it to go, and then sit back and say, okay, where else can I'll do some of these stripes over here. Yeah, so got to do some shopping, and we ate Ethiopian food for the first time. We decided that when we go, we're going to try eating something we've never eaten before for the very first time. And we did that. We had Ethiopian food, and let me tell you, it was amazing. I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I kind of did, because I went on the website of this restaurant and also YouTube to look up this, you know, this company or this restaurant, and I was like, oh, that looks like it's going to be pretty good. So we went over there, and it was called Adis, and it was really good. I'm going to keep this yellow to the side. Actually, I'm going to pop some yellow on this thing up here. It was really good. I'm really happy that we went. And like, my husband he'll try stuff, but he can be really skeptical of things like different foods. So, but we said no, we're gonna try. So we did, and I think the most excited person out of everyone was my oldest, because he always says we don't try new things. So I said, we're going to try something new when we're going on our vacation. You just make sure you take care of that boy, my baby. And so we did. And I think he was happy we tried. So now that's something we will go have, you know. We know it's a good food. So next I'm going to take vermilion, number 14. And do some coloring with it. So now, where I'm going to put this vermilion, I think is definitely going to be this blanket, because I really want this blanket to be kind of like bright. So with these blankets, you're going to have to pay attention to what you're doing if you want to add more than one color. So I know I'll skip that. I love that vermilion color. So now, see how that goes that way? So I'm going to go up now, because this will help me with this pattern. Help you guys can see that. Yeah, so we tried new food, and let's see, I tried a muffaletta for the first time. Ooh, you guys, I went to Central Grocery, who is the creator of that sandwich, and me and my husband split one. It was so good. It was so good that I made it a point to buy the olive salad to take home. So I brought a jar of that home so I can make them for my sons. And I did do that. It was so good. And, but yeah, so I'm going to skip. See how this one's kind of wide. This one's not. And then it gets, so I'm going to go ahead and, skip to, no, actually, no, I'm going to color that in. So yeah, so I was able to make some for my boys, and they love it. And we even tried 3 different kinds of beignets. We did Cafe du Monde, we did the Beignet Cafe, and we did Loretta's. And you guys, I have to say this, Loretta's has the best beignets I've ever had in my life. At Loretta's, they actually make plain beignets, and then they have these praline filled beignets that have this drizzle on the top. That was, me and my husband shared an order of those. That was the best thing I've ever had in my life. So if you go to New Orleans, please try that. You're gonna be like, wow, oh my God. You know, how they come up with this is amazing. I'm always so intrigued by, you know, when you go to different places, the different cultures and what they, you know, the different kinds of foods they have there. And I'm always open-minded to try new stuff, you know. So yeah, I'm very happy that we went there and had those great experiences, and we got to, we did a photo shoot, me and my husband, and that was really nice as well. So, you know, I kind of feel like I feel really blessed to be able to do that. You know, it's hard for a lot of people right now, and we just wanted to do something, and we haven't actually been on any type of, you know, big trip. When we got married, we were young. We had to get married and get back to work. We didn't have a honeymoon. It was life. So this was like our first trip together, like as a married couple, doing something fun like that. So, you know, we did it, and I'm so happy we did. We had a couple rainy days while we were there, but for the most part, it was nice. But it was really, really hot. Someone said, why are you going to New Orleans in August? And I'm like, oh, because it's our anniversary. They're like, you picked the hottest month to go down there. I'm like, well, it's our anniversary. And it was hot, y'all. Let me tell you, you have to make sure you're drinking water, lots of fluids, because that's like pass out weather. It was so hot. There were times we had to come back to our room just to cool off because it was just hot. So I'm going to go ahead and add this here. Yeah. So then I had to come back. We had to rush back home from that trip to get our son ready for 7th grade. That was fun. We had to go do shopping. Oh, we had to do a lot of things. I think I messed up here, so I'm going to go ahead and color it in. And then school starts, and I drive my son to school every day, so he doesn't take a bus because he doesn't go to school in the same town we live in. And so then from there, you know, come work from home sometimes, and sometimes I go in the office. So it's just been a lot of ripping and running, and me not feeling like doing much. Is, you know, for this quarter, I didn't even color as much as I normally do. I did a lot of like color by number. Excuse me. And that's really not my jam. Like, I like color by number, don't get me wrong, but like to do a bunch of them all the time, no. That is not something that I like to do all the time. Nothing wrong with it, but for me, I just feel like, you know, I want to color in my books that allow me to be more creative, but if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. And that's just how it was. I was not feeling it, y'all. All right, so we're going to go with yellow green and mint green for some of this foliage. Yellow green and mint green. And because again, I kind of try to choose the lighter colors and build up on those with shading. So, so we're going to do light green. I'm going to do that one here. But yeah, so anyways, we had a wonderful time, and coming back, getting my son ready for school. You know, he's grown up so fast. Oh my goodness. I remember when I used to do color and chats with him, where he'd be coloring one side over here and then I'd be over here. And I'd have to remind him before every video, is like, do not say anything. Don't, you know, like, don't be super silly. Don't say anything inappropriate, or not that he would. It's just a reminder to be on your best behavior, or you're not doing it with me anymore. Those videos were actually pretty funny, and they're still on my channel. They're like some of the earlier videos. You know, just asking him questions and stuff. Hilarious. Kids say some funny stuff, y'all. They do. But yeah. All right, I'm going to move around with these greens. I'm going to go with the mint green for this here. Yeah, so yeah, I've been doing that, and then I had to get ready for school, and classes started, and for myself, and so my time at night is very limited. I actually do most of my studying on oh man, I just messed up. No, there we go. I do most of my studying on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll do like my smart book, like just to make sure I'm understanding the chapter, and then typically I'm done with everything by Thursday, Friday, so I can have the weekend. I try to make a goal to do that each week. Otherwise, I will never be able to color. So I have to. So like, I won't do anything in regards to like videos unless it's something I pre-recorded. I won't record very many unless it's something really quick, or again, like something I pre-recorded over the weekend, I could just upload. That's my crazy schedule. And then Saturdays, for the last 3 Saturdays, I was sick one of those days, but the last Saturday I went to my son's tournament for the first time, and that was pretty much all day. They played like three games, but they are spread out. So, you know, they stay with their team and they watch the other kids play, because that team may be their opponent. And they've done really good. They've been second place for each tournament out of all the teams. So they made it to the finals. And so I'm proud of my son for sticking with basketball. It's something he really loves. I'm surprised he's not in here asking me to move the car so he can go shoot hoops out in the driveway. Because that's something he really loves to do as well. I'm going to add another green. I think I'm going to go with vivid green. Let me see. Vivid or grass? Let me check. Vivid grass green. But yeah, y'all, I've just been, you know, doing a... Did I not even swatch that one? Grass green is 47. Oh, it's over here. Duh. Okay, I'm going to do grass green, not vivid green. Grass green. Yeah, so... Yeah, I'm just happy that he's keeping up with it. Y'all, see, if you mess up, you can still go over it. But, yeah, so... Now... Just trying to... You know, get ready for the holidays coming up and... You know... Just, fall. I love fall, you guys. I love the season. Fall season. Because it's getting cool. It's time to bring out those fall sweaters and light jackets. And I also like to do jigsaw puzzles. And so I love to puzzle during this time of the year. I like to sit down at the table and just do a jigsaw puzzle. So this is, I'm going to color this in. Yeah, I just love to sit at the table, do jigsaw puzzles, and watch, you know, programs that I might want to binge watch, and drink some tea or some coffee. I really like doing that. All right, so we're going to go back to grass green. And I'm going to add that grass green over here. Yeah, because I'm not sure I like that color, but we can fix that with color pencils. Yeah, so I'm just really looking forward to that. And you guys, in January, I turned the big 50. Can't believe I'm 50. My brother teases me and says half a century. I'm like, gosh, that does not sound too nice. Why are you saying I'm going to be a half a century? Go over there and sit down, please. But he's right behind me, you know, but I was like, oh my gosh, that is so me. He laughs, you know, he teases me. That's what brothers do. And even my youngest, he teases me so much about my age. Last year, he gave me a birthday card that said happy 95th birthday. I'm like, dude, are you serious? And he's just cracking up. I'm like, that is not nice. Stop being mean to mommy. I'm not being mean, mom. I'm like, yes, you are. You're being mean to mommy. But that's my little dude. He's a good boy. Very smart. Very, very proud of him. He's like super smart, y'all. He is, I'm gonna grab vivid green for this tree back here. Yeah, he's doing really, really good in school. Like he's been, he was nominated to go to a leadership conference in Durham. You know, because of his leadership that he's like a leader in his class, and it was cool because his teacher tells me things about Christian, like they're so proud of him, and he's a good kid, he's smart, he's got excellent grades, like he's above his state levels and stuff like that. So, you know, he's doing really good, and I'm really proud of him. Speaking of school, his school, you guys, I'm going to use this. I'm going to let you guys know I'm going to use this up here in this plant because I don't know what kind of plant it is, but we're going to work with it. But he had a field trip, you guys, on Friday before fall break to Charlotte. Well, when they were getting, you know, chaperones and everything, they're like, oh yeah, it's not, you know, they have a nice walk from point A to point B. You know, there's walking. They're not taking buses from these different locations from the. So we took the train down to Charlotte, and then walked from the train station to the NASCAR to the NASCAR museum. Now, mind you, I was like, okay, well, it's short walks. I'll just wear my Vans because it's short walks, you know. Let me tell y'all, these were not short walks. These were long walks. I'm talking 3 miles from the train station to NASCAR. I was so annoyed with that. I was like, wait a minute. How much longer we gotta go? My feet were on fire walking that distance in those shoes. First of all, and not walking slow. I'm talking like they were walking like we got to get there within the next few minutes because our tours are starting, and some of the kids are walking slow. Some kids had to stop, tie their shoes. I mean, it was like 77 kids, y'all, walking up the street, the downtown Charlotte area. Anyways, then from there, like when you get there, when you get to the NASCAR museum, you got to walk around in the museum. Then you got to walk from that museum to the next museum, which was another mile or so. Then we walked inside of that museum. Then from that museum, we went to get food. We walked another mile or so to go get food. Then we walked from that place. We were walking around because it was a food hall. So you had to walk around and see what food you wanted. Then we walked from there back to the train station, which was another 0.6 miles or so. By the time I sat down in that train to come home, we had walked over 9.4 miles. I walked 9.4 daggone miles in my Vans. You talk about feet screaming. Oh my gosh, y'all. I was like, this is not the biz. This is not the business. I was not happy. But, I'm going with the flow. I'm hanging in there. I'm a trooper. One of the parents was so nice. He was like, he goes, I know you have the wrong shoes on. He's like, do you want, because he brought extra pairs of socks. He's like, do you want these extra pair of socks? I was like, no, I'm okay. Thank you though. I was just like, it was so nice that he, offered, because sometimes changing your socks kind of helps, but I was like, no, because then he won't have when he needs to change his socks because his feet are hurting. So I was like, no, that's okay. Thank you so much though. But y'all, I was like, I will pay for an Uber for my whole group, because I had a group of like 9. I was like, I will pay for our Uber. But you cannot do that. You couldn't do that. They don't want the kids taking Ubers with their chaperones and stuff. And I was like, they tricked us. But I said, never again will I go by what they're saying as a short walk. I'm going to always be prepared to walk a long way, because their idea of a short distance was not a short distance, y'all. It was not a short distance. I was like, this is crazy. All right, y'all. Now I'm going to take this red and put some red down here in this pillow. Again, I'm going to darken these things up. This looks really close to that vermilion. But that's okay, because we have colored pencils to go on top. I'm not going to do all of those. I'll bring out some darker reds. And yeah, so I was like, ooh. And then you guys, those kids were so hyped up that morning. I mean, they were loud. We had like one train car to ourselves in the front, the front of the train. And then they had an overflow of the second train car. Those kids were so hyped up. We started, you guys, at like I want to say it was like 5 o'clock, 5:45 in the morning. Those kids were on 10 from 5 o'clock in the morning until they got off that train at 11 o'clock at night. The train ride back, you thought maybe they, relax and just, they would chill and just, chill out. No, not at all. Those kids were on 10 the entire time. I was like, wow. Wow. It was like, wow. I'm like, these kids need to go to sleep. Even the teachers were like, I don't understand what's happening. They thought those kids were going to go to sleep too. They were like wanting them to go to sleep. But not one of them took a nap. It was nuts. Absolute nuts. So, but yeah, guys. So, needless to say, we got back. And I was so happy to be back. But then my feet paid the price for the next like 3 days. Any shoe I put on hurt. Literally. And I was like, I have to wear shoes. So I was like, this is so bad. This is so bad. My pinky toes were so sore. I didn't have any blisters, thank God, but they were so sore. And I was like, never again. Never again when I listen to that. Nope. I will definitely have on the right shoes next time I go anywhere with those people. Anywhere. Not right now. I'm just adding some grass, doing some of these smaller bits here. And probably when I'm done basing everything, I will stop the video. I hope that you guys, are enjoying this so far. Like I said, it's been a very long time since I've done one of these, and but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the chit chat with y'all and catching you up on what's going on, all the shenanigans that are happening. Life is funny. Can be funny sometimes. And it can be not so nice sometimes. So, thankfully, life is being nice right now for me. And I hope life is being nice for you. People are struggling right now, and it's really sad. But we won't get too much into that. But yeah, so I'm just happy, that I'm able to share some time with y'all. I'm probably screwing up this plaid blanket, but this is how I'm doing it. I can always go over stuff with colored pencil. That's the good thing about colored pencil is colored pencils, when you add on top, you can change the way things look even after you put down your layer of marker. So, yeah. I'm going to do a darker green, I think. Oh, what color do I want to do? Deep olive. Do forest green. I'm using a lot of different colors here because I'm trying to make this really fall-like. Okay, so where do I want to do that? Let's do it right over here. Yeah, so but yeah, so I hope that, again, you guys are all doing well. I hope everyone's doing well. Try not to watch too much of the news because I just it's so depressing and stuff. I don't like to watch it. You know, sometimes you have to, but I'm not one of those ones that's gonna sit and listen to that. Because, you know, it, for some people, not necessarily me, because I don't try not to let things bother me too much, but for some people, the news is just too much, you know? Some people have anxiety over it, and they have to, like, check out from watching those kinds of things all the time. And I get it, because, you know, it's a lot going on in this world. So people, you know, need to check out and all that stuff. Let's see. This one. Nope, I'm about to use the wrong color, y'all. Yeah, so just hope everyone is well. Okay, I'm gonna put a dark red color going to. No, I'll use deep red 10. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go right over that. I always do this. I think I messed these up, but it's okay. It is what it is. Probably should have been a little darker, but again, I can fix a lot of things with colored pencils. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, my doggy turned 1. I posted a cute picture of him on the community page. He turned 1 and he got to have a nice little dinner. Well, to him it's nice. I didn't like go way, you know, I didn't go overboard like trying to spoil them too much with food, because, you know, some dogs can't handle that on their bellies. So I don't want to, you know, give them too much. I'm going to do this dark green on this pillow. I'm trying to keep this as a simple color palette. Not too many colors, but sometimes it can be difficult. Hope you guys can see that. I just love to color, y'all. I feel so blessed to be able to just take some time off and do this today. I have a lot of vacation time. It's nuts. I'm not taking time off. I guess I'm not taking enough time off. If I'm, you know, if I have so much left. We're not going to keep this white. I think I like the idea of using a green. Which one do I want to use? Let's do that green there. But yeah, I'm just really having a good time with my son. Even though he doesn't want to go hiking. I was like, let's go hiking. But, I had to let my feet recover first. Let's go hiking. He was like, no, I want to sleep in. He just wants to, like, sleep in and stay in his pajamas. And I get it, because we do have to get up quite early, to get to and from school and stuff. So, yeah, he's not feeling getting up. But yeah, so this color, I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. Might do the dark green, because I just feel like there's not enough of it on here. So I think I'm going to take that dark green down here as well. So and this is the thing, sometimes these bleed over into the other colors. So I might have to go over those with like acrylic paint markers to make them pop back out. We'll see. Just having fun. Adding some color. What do you guys have planned for Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is right around the corner, literally. I'm going to be cooking for my family. And, oh, forgot something there. Yeah, I'm going to be cooking for my family, so they're going to be kind of like chilling. They're going to be kind of chilling while I do the cooking. But usually my sons, well, my oldest will help me by like doing prep work, because I do not like cutting onions. And I do use onions in like a lot of the foods that I cook for Thanksgiving. If I don't cut them, I use a food processor. But sometimes I don't like using a food processor because if you don't pay attention to what you're doing, you can make those onions like mush, and they're no good when they're mush. So I'm coloring this back here like grass. Yeah, because this tree is like in the foreground of that. All right, now what color do I want to make this? I was thinking like maybe a really, really light, pale green. Oh yeah, we're gonna use pale green. Pale green. We're gonna do this wall pale green, y'all. So I like just having fun with the colors, you know, like figuring out what needs to go where. I still don't understand what this is. Ooh, I just don't. Okay, we're gonna make an executive decision. It's gonna be pale green. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Okay, pale green. I don't worry about going over the lines over here on these edges too much, because I'm going to frame it with probably a black. Again, y'all, I don't worry too much about being perfect with the markers. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm going to color that brown. I don't know if that's the side. That's probably the side of that window. I just don't know. All right, we'll go back to pale green and finish this. I think I'm going to do that. This looks like a shelf. Maybe I'll go back over that. I think I'm going to make that gold. So I'm going to go over that with gold. So I'm not going to color it down there. I'm going to make it like a gold shelf. Some of these things are going to be gold as well. All right, now I go back to this dark green for this, the shag on this blanket. Yeah, so, but yeah, guys, I'm almost done here. As far as this is concerned. Yeah, but I don't, you know, as my son gets old, my youngest gets older, I'm noticing he's not really into Like, I can't, I don't know, I don't want to not do Christmas. But, you know, like when they get older and they don't want to do stuff, it's like you don't want to make them. But I love Christmas so much that I can't even fathom not like doing Christmas related events. Like, that is not in my vocabulary. We're not doing what? That is not in my vocabulary. We have to. Miss some brown there. We have to. I'm like, no. My husband was like, yeah, he's getting older, T. He's not going to do that stuff. I'm like, oh. But it's our family tradition. He's like, well, you know, they get older, they don't want to do that stuff. I get it. So I'm going to have to come up with some new family traditions that are more age appropriate, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling sad about that. Because I love Christmas. It's like so fun to like do like play games and do decorating of gingerbread. And we can still do that, but like just to do some fun stuff like that. I don't want to not do it. More than likely they'll do it for me. My sons are really cool about that kind of thing. You know, they'll do things because I want to. So I guess I'm not going to be worried too much with it because we're going to do it. We are going to. Now I'm going to go ahead and color these pom-poms this color because they're going to be sparkly anyways. What color am I going to do the dog? I think he's going to have to be black. So I'm going to go with a gray. I'm going to do a gray base for the dog. Now I got to do these, the top of I'm going to do these houses real quick. And I think I'm going to do some pin work over here. Let me go ahead and drop some yellow on this fire, this flame. Because I'll build up from that. Oh, that's a little bit too... Oh, that's the lightest I have. Oh. I'll go with the cream for this flame. And just build up. And for the wood, the log in here, I'm going to go that. Just trying to use the same colors, y'all, for this. You know, sticking to the same color palette a little bit. I'm going to do this in gold. Okay. And so I have this basket. I'm going to do it in the dark brown. Sorry if you guys can't see that. This is a very fall color page. Just like I wanted it to be. The cool thing, you know, with coloring is you can do whatever the heck you want to do because it is your page, your book. And as long as you like it, who cares? Again, I don't worry too much because I like the imperfections of the marker when I'm using colored pencils on top. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with a light color. Put this dirt path. I'm making that a dirt path. Okay. We have our sky. I have another green back there. I'm gonna make that dark. Sorry, y'all, if you can't see. I'm just going. Make that dark green back here. We're gonna keep the fence a white, like picket fence. Now for these rooftops, I think I'm gonna go with grays, like a warm gray. And then I will shade them in. You guys can see. But yeah, so I'm just having a good old time this week. Then reality will hit on Monday when I'm back in the office. Well, working from home, but going back to work, because my next time off will not be until January. Gonna do another warm gray. So yeah, I won't take another. I mean, of course we get off for the holidays, but I'm not taking any additional time off until January for my 50th. There is one lady in my group, y'all. I thought this was a really, really cool thing. She turned 50 and she received 50 gifts for her 50th birthday. That is so cool. I was like, wow, 50 gifts from all of her family and friends and stuff. I was like, that is so nice. And I think some of the things she bought too. But 50 gifts for your 50th birthday. We were going to take a trip, but we canceled that. And we're going to postpone it. Might just go and celebrate like my 50th when my brother turns 50. Because he wants to go to Japan and I'm going to go with him. I think most of us are trying to go with him. Okay, I'm going to color that yellow. Most of us are trying to go with him, I think, to help him celebrate. So we shall see. I'm going to do brick brown for these chimneys. I'm going to go over here and do this brick brown as well. I'm going to use this brick as well for the bricks on the side of the house. Yeah, so I think they're just going to come here for my birthday. Some of my family, my brothers, possibly my sister-in-law. So that would be nice, because it'll be my 50th and my son's 13th. So we're both celebrating in January, like really close together. So that's cool. Okay, I like that. I'm going to give it a dark trim though. This a warm gray trim. Should go black, but that's okay. All right, and not sure what I want to do with that house in the back just yet. I think I'm gonna go with a gray green. No, I don't like that color. I'm gonna do blue gray. I'm gonna do blue gray for this house back here. and I will fix it with some color pencils. Make it the colors really nice. There we go. I still have the doggy to do, and these books. This is going to be all pencil work. The sky I'm going to do with watercolor, so I'm not going to fuss with that too much. We have the trim around this carpet. Okay, I'm going to go with this dark green just because I don't have enough of it, I feel, on this page. And the floor on the side of it to the right will just be, I'll color it the same color as the wood. Let's do this trim. As well. Okay. And then I think I'm going to take this other green, the mint green. Let me see. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll take mint green and we'll do this check. Yeah, so guys, it looks like we're almost done here. This has been a nice video, chit-chatting with y'all a little bit. You know, hopefully you enjoyed. We got it going on here. I think I started the wrong way, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be looking forward to another one because I enjoyed it, and I actually miss it because I used to do these, you know, and not so much, y'all know, not so much right now, but things can change, things can get better. I'm going to go with this scarlet for this rug down here. You guys know things can change. Although in December, probably not so much because I forgot something. I'm going to be taking 2 accelerated classes. You guys, 2 accelerated classes. I was like, what are you doing? Girl, you are crazy. Why are you doing that to yourself? Why am I doing this to myself, y'all? I just don't know. But you know, it is what it is. I gotta take it. I gotta take this class. So I think I forgot something over here. Yeah. I gotta take the class. I have to. No choice in the matter. Well, I do have a choice, but the choice is take the class. I'm gonna just add this orange. This page is very colorful. That's okay. I like it. I like it so far. So far, so good. We'll see once I start adding extras on here, what's, you know, if I still like it. And knowing me, even if I'm not filling a page, I'll still finish it. And I'll just say, you know, like I normally say, not everyone can be a winner. But I think this is going to be okay. We'll do some red trim. a book. Maybe a red book here. Okay. I'm just trying to tie in some of these colors. Where's that? I put that back. We're gonna go with warm gray for the bottom of these shoes. And I'm gonna color him in this gray because he's gonna be black. So let's do this book too. I really don't like this green, but we'll fix it. I'm just put it down here in this book as well. Maybe right here. Make this one this cream color. At this point, I'm just rotating different colors that I've set aside over here to complete this. Looks like it's some kind of plant on the front, so we're gonna go with vivid green. Again, this stuff can be done with, you know, with different pens, but all right, what do I want to do for this book? Okay, let's see. Maybe we'll go with the pale green. Where are you at? Pale green. Pale green. All right, so now we're gonna do the gray for the doggy, because again, he's gonna be black. So I will then, he's gonna be onyx. We're gonna color him like onyx. Onyx is all black, so I'm just gonna go in here and just add this gray, and then when I color, I will do shading with black. Give him his nose. Well, my dog is not. He's got a little white chin and a little white in his chest because he is Saint Bernard mixed with standard poodle. So he has some markings from Saint Bernard. So, and his mother, so his dad was like 27% Saint Bernard, and his and 27% Saint Bernard, and the rest poodle, black poodle. And his mom was standard poodle, but she was all white. All of her puppies are black. All the puppies she had were black. And some had white markings, some didn't. I got one who has a little blue, a little white little goatee, if you will. And then white under his belly. So again, you guys, I'm not going to be too fancy or concerned with how well or not I'm coloring with these markers, because again, this is the base. I'm going to build up on it. Oh, let's go ahead and do this little nose black. All right, so these little bits and pieces here I'll do another time, but I think I am done for now. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see. This is my picture for now. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. The next video I will be doing is shading this picture and just getting it all nice and pretty. So that I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And until next time, y'all, take care.